Hello friends, welcome to Azure Data Factory video series. This is 21st video and the topic is copy activity in Azure Data Factory. Agenda for this video is what is copy data activity and use of this activity. I will show you with some example in live demo. Basically, copy activity is to copy the data among all data stores located on premises or in the cloud. We can also use it to publish transformations and analysis results for business intelligence and application consumptions. Some few properties here, like it can be resumed from the last fail run where it be failed. The auto create table during the copy in the database, you can create on the fly the table in this activity. The fault tolerance in the SSIS, as we have redirect or ignore options for any junk data, usually same we can do in the fault tolerance. Add additional copy, actually it will be column here. We can add some additional column including the input columns while copying the data and use this activity. This is the link where you can get the details informations on Microsoft portal. Now let's go to Microsoft Azure portal. This is the link I have given. You can see all the details from here, like copy data activities, and you can understand from this figure like these are the sources like SQL file, CSV, any sources you can copy, use for its for copying data from one storage to another storage, and these are the consumptions like you can use it and for analysis or publishing some the report. Okay, if you go down, you can have the details like the supported data formats here. You can see here. Before activity, we need to use some create data sets and the link service, and then need to use in the copy data activity. Now go to supported data formats here. These are the supported data, like in Azure. This is the category, like if Azure category, we have these data stores and supported as a source and supported as a sink. I will show you the source and sink in the copy data activity. This is supported Azure integration runtime and self-hosted integration runtime. In my previous video, I have already explained like what is Azure integration and self-hosted integration runtime. Now you can see this is the stores. This will suppose this is the Azure SQL database, so it will support all source and sink, means source or target, and both the integration runtime activity. If you go down, you can find like Oracle data type. It also support all the 4 categories. This way, these are the many like options here. So it supports all the types of data. You can suppose if you go on file, so it supports file system, source, target, integration runtime, and whole integration runtime for all 4. Okay, you can understand from detail here. Now supported file formats, it support like binary format, JSON format, CSV format, all the formats in this activity. Okay, so you can see here the integration runtime, and before using it, copy data activity, we need to create the link service, need to create a data set for source as well as a target, and then we can use it. Okay, now let's go to the Azure portal and I will show you. This is the option here where I have already logged in. This is Azure Microsoft portal. Now let's go to the Data Factory direct. Let's create a new pipeline. I will show you some example here to use copy data activity. This is the new pipeline and we can rename it from here as demo 4. The pipeline I have renamed. Now we selected the activity as copy activity. We can also rename this activity as copy data demo 4. This is the timeout, like till what time it will be done. It's by default 7 days, but we can modify it from here. Okay, now this is the retry, like till what time you want to retry, like 1, 2, 3 times you want to retry. If it get failed, you can set here the retry interval after how many seconds, like it's in seconds. You can make some modification here, like here is 30 seconds, we can retry it. Now source, output and input, if you want to see this output and output in the log in the monitor, you can see here. If you uncheck it, it will not be saved. Now source data set, this is the source where you will need to select the source what you want to copy. Sync means the target, also need to create the data set for this, the target. And then mapping, if you want to do some additional mappings, we can do from mapping. Now these are the settings. If we go on settings, we can see here the data integration input, there is the options here, unit. Now the parallelism, you want to do the parallel execution, you can set from here. The fault tolerance is like we have options to for any incompatible error, we can skip it, like any junk data or any data which is primary key but the target is not going to fail because of duplicate records, we can skip from here. So these are the options. Now enable staging, before copying to the main target we can copy it in the staging. This is the option from here. Now user properties, you can see my previous video for this user property in details. Now go to source. For source we need to create the first data set so we can use it. Now go to datasets tab and select new datasets. Now this time I am going to select the database. So what will be the scenario, like we will copy data from the table to the file. Let's create dataset for the table demo4 as its database. So let me select some input as DB. Now for this dataset we need to create link service. Same we can rename here. It should be meaningful so we can understand. Okay. So now net create free trial. The server name here, which is the table I have, the same server name as I am using as username here. It's for simple database, so I can use it. Now password for that particular database and server. Now we can test the connection for link service from here. I'm not going to test, let's create it. Link service is created. Now go to dataset. Now we can select tables from here. If you want to modification of a table or parameterization, you can make it edit. Just go hit OK. Now you can see here also we have options edit. We can edit the table names or make it parameterized from here. So source is our created, dataset is created. Let's select that dataset in the source. Demo4. Yeah, this is new dataset I have created. Now go to sync. For sync means the target also we need to create, and this time we will select Azure Blob Storage because our target is file. We can select here the CSV file, the animated text. Okay, rename the dataset properties. Okay, the linked service again I need to create, and this time we will create for the storage and that particular folder or container where we need to store our file. Just rename it, select free trial, storage account. So this is the account name I have created. If you want to see how we can create the storage and the files, we can see my previous video. This is demo link created. Now go to the file path. We can go to the browse option here and we can select the particular folder. This is the container, and in container we can select input or output. Let's select output folder. Hit OK button. Now we can see here the demo first row as a header. We need to select if you want to take it as header. Just hit OK button. This is saving now. Now let me show you the container. Okay, before that let me show you something. If you go into source, we can see here we have options in source, like you can use either direct table or we can use some query here. If you select this, we can write any query here for extracting any data from table, or we can use storage procedure here. We can also make it dynamic from this edit option, or we can select any hard-coded storage procedure name. Okay, Now if you go down, this is the parameters. If you want to create new parameter, you can create from here. This is the timeout option. Okay, just select it. For now, by default as table. Now if you go to last, there is additional columns. If you want to add some additional columns like any particular time, or if you go on dynamic option, we can select particular pipeline and an ID or data factory name, so that will be stored in our output, that we can configure it from here. Okay, let's delete for now, we don't need it. Let's select it and delete it. Now go to the sync. We also have some features, properties here. You can see here the block size is for size of that block, and the file extension we can make particular extension here. Currently we have CSV file, so make it CSV. Fine. Max concurrent executable is for how many execution you want to, for maximum concurrency at the same time. So let's go to mapping. In mapping, you can, if you want to see like any additional mapping, or it get failed, like source have a different name and target have different name, we can make change from mapping. Now go to the text storage and let me show you the location where our target file will be stored. Let's show you some data in the source first. Source, you have an option preview data. If you select it, you can see the table is employee and these are the data. And if go to sync, let's go to the storage. For sync, we have a data set as demo4 output CSV. Select demo4 output CSV. Okay, now we can see here the file path. These are some features here, like the delimiters. You can change it from here, the column delimiter. Currently we have a comma, so we can make it pipeline or anything from here. Let's just select pipe. The same is for, like we have a field as code character, you can make change. The first row as header, null value. These are the settings here, you can make some changes. Okay, now go to the pipeline. Now let me show you the text storage, that folder, output folder. Let's go to text storage. Let's select containers. In container we have demo containers. Okay, the demo container we have input and output folder. We have selected as output folder here.
In output folder, this output folder, our file will be stored when we run the pipeline. Okay. Now go to Azure portal and we will execute the pipeline. This is our pipeline. Let's add debug option. Hit the debug option. The pipeline will be executed. It's running now. If you want to see the status, it's pipeline output. Just refresh it. It will be refreshed, and now you can see this is succeeded. Now go to the Azure factory and refresh the storage output folder. Now here you can see the new file is stored now, employee.csv. If you want to see the data, just go and edit the option. We can see here the data in the file. Now if you want to download the file, we have also options here. Just click this 3-dot option. Just download from here onto your local premises or local laptop. Now let me show you something. This was the first copy data demo one was for copying data from table to file. But if you go to another option like copying data from file to table, then will be some additional features. Let me show you. Suppose we select the file path, and if you go to the sync, and this time you will select the tables, like any table data sets that I have already created. Okay, select it. Now you will see that we have options here. Store procedure name, we can select any data store procedure name, and if you go down, they have table options here, none and auto create. So if you want to create on the fly table name, new table in the database, you can select this auto create and it will be executed. You can make it dynamic from here. This is why this option is. Okay. Max concurrent executables, write batch, timeout, batch size. These are the settings we can do it from this sync. So that was not for previous copy data 1 activity. That's why I just wanted to show you. Thank you for watching this video. We will see the next activity as delete activity. Thank you.